Welcome to Clarity Currents, the secret podcast with me, Danielle Laura, where I share weekly channeled messages about the energetics of the week and the areas of opportunity so you know how to work with the energy rather than in resistance to it and know how to leverage it for your highest level good in your business, relationships, health, wealth, spirituality, and legacy. This is Clarity Currents episode for the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2025. Let's dive in. When I tune into the overall energetics of the week, I see a vision of scales trying to balance while lightning flashes in the background. And the message here is that harmony is available, but only when we face the storm within first and allow it to move through us. Emotions and communications are very intertwined this week. It's a week where the words that you speak are going to carry so much weight, especially around relationships, values, and self-worth. We're being reminded that love and money may feel like quote unquote under review, really asking for refinement. But the medicine is that when you surrender control, miracles are possible. Flow equals harmony. Business for the week of September 22nd. When I tune into the energetics of business this week, I see a book with 2 chapters that are open at once, but you can't read both chapters at the same time. You have to choose one. This is representing the energy of you know what you need to act on to create transformation in your business, but the old chapter is still pulling at you. So here's what you can ask yourself. What chapter of my business am I truly in now? What's the action I've been postponing that I know will set me free? Business breakthroughs are going to come when you stop negotiating with yourself and you commit to the aligned path. So lean into creative risks, trust timing, and let inspiration, not fear, move you forward. Relationships for the week of September 22nd. When I tune into the energetics of relationships this week, I see 2 people sitting across a table with their hands almost touching, but not quite. This could be emotional tension being found in relationships that might surface this week, particularly around feeling unsupported. But this is your invitation to pause and ask, am I communicating what I need from my wound or from my wisdom? Vulnerable, fair-hearted conversations are going to lead to breakthroughs, but only if you're willing to release the need to be right and instead seek harmony. Health for the week of September 22nd. When I tune into the energetics of health this week, I see the body as a river. Sometimes it's flowing smooth and other times it's backed up. Health routines, diet, or self-care might feel disrupted this week because this is the week to simplify, to return to your core practices, refine what isn't working around your health, and release habits that no longer sustain your vitality. Health breakthroughs are going to come this week when you treat your body as your ally, not a project to fix. Wealth for the week of September 22nd. When I tune into the energetics of wealth this week, I see a person at the top of a staircase pausing before stepping onto a moving escalator. The message is that your abundance expands when you step into the flow instead of trying to control every detail. Unexpected shifts may occur with your finances this week in a good way. So instead of resisting, ask, how is this redirecting me into greater alignment? The more you embrace adaptability, the easier money flows. Spirituality for the week of September 22nd. When I tune into the energetics of spirituality this week, I see a candle flame flickering in this dark cave. So the light is so small, but it transforms the entire space. It lights the whole space up. You might feel tested in your faith this week or even pulled into confusion, but the deeper invitation here is to lean on your spiritual practice. You're being invited to trust your intuition over logic, to trust prayer over planning, and to surrender over struggle. Your spiritual capacity this week will come from the discipline of returning back to your center again and again. So in every micro moment, turn back to center, surrender, and you will know what you need to do next. And legacy for the week of September 22nd. When I tune into the energetics of legacy this week, I see this phoenix rising from the ashes, but then pausing to catch its breath before flying higher. This is the energy of transformation reaching its next phase. Legacy is asking you this week, where are you still resisting the discipline that your destiny requires? You're being reminded that sustainable impact is born from consistent devotion, even when the ego wants to escape. Your legacy is asking for refinement. So keep showing up, keep choosing alignment, and trust that the uncomfortable edges are reshaping you into who you came here to be. There you have it, Hot Soul, your intuitive forecast for the week. Wishing you a week of harmony, breakthroughs, and divine alignment. Until next week.